It's one of the strongest foundations in this region that is committed to the empowering of this region and the empowering of organizations that are supporting the people who live in this region.
They are extremely accessible and they are extremely knowledgeable.
We've got to work on the structure of this region, particularly in an economic sense, so that we will be better equipped in the future.
What we want to find are organizations that have a vision, that know they can make a difference.
We've got to support the nonprofits in our region.
The Community Foundation is about connecting those who care with the causes that matter to them to try to improve the quality of life for everyone who lives and works in this very diverse region.
They've tried to support programs that they believe were really going to have an impact, a sustainable, changing impact on someone's life or a community's life.
Access is a prime example of what an organization can do to serve a very diverse community, to be inclusive in all they do.
It's a first-rate organization that works, first of all, in its own community to help that community. But second, it's open to participating with other organizations to help the region.
Access until now didn't have an endowment until we got the blessing of the resources and getting the resources and getting the expertise of the amazing team at the Community Foundation. The Community Foundation's staff take you by the hand, and that's the value that I admire the most.
NSO is a great organization when you speak about quality of service.
We are trying to compassionately reach out and empower people to improve their lives. So whether it's homelessness, mental illness, disabilities, suicide, whatever it is, we're trying to help people improve their lives. When we talked about planned giving and endowments, there was no other, the first place I said was, we've got to go to the Community Foundation. They'll tell us how to do it. We know that that resource is here, and we know that that's part of their mission.
When you look at what they do, it's a very, very high quality. So we compliment NSO for the kind of work they do and for the way they do it. When you turn 25, we really tried hard to figure out what to do to recognize that milestone. And when you think about the times we're in, and you think about what the Community Foundation has tried to accomplish, it was obvious that it needed to be all about honoring the work of others. So we picked out 25 organizations and thought it might be a great surprise to give them general operating support money that they didn't ask for.
They did not know they were going to get this money. For once, we kept a secret, which of course in any community is rare, as you know.
And I can remember standing up there and saying, you know, what's really important about today is to recognize the work that has been done by all of you in this room. In order to do that, we want to share with you a gift of $25,000. And at that moment, a board member reached into their pocket and pulled out a check and handed them a real live check.
And they handed me the check right at the table, and I just started crying. One of the really remarkable things is that particular morning, I was in budget reduction discussions prior to coming to the luncheon, and to turn around and receive a $25,000 unrestricted donation from the Community Foundation was absolutely mind-boggling. And the $25,000 went straight to our homeless program, which saved the job of one of our employees who was getting ready to be displaced. The hopelessness that I felt before I came to that lunch and what I felt when they handed me the check. I knew I was going to be able to save somebody's job.
It does no good for us to gather money and just look at it. We are not that kind of organization. If we're going to make an impact on the overall community, it's because of the actions we take to make grants to a variety of other organizations.
The fact that they gave nonprofit organizations money on a day that they were celebrating their own history was probably the strongest statement I think they could have made to why they're here. and what those 25 years of their history has really meant. So I think the symbolism of doing that at that moment really speaks to why the Kundiman Foundation is here and the legacy that it has created in this region.